I do not remember there being a path in this place the last time we came.
Indeed. It was probably cleared by the expedition. We should follow it if we want to find them.
I had no way of knowing.
Really? But I did warn you. You just wanted to have it your way. Someone so foolish and thoughtless should not be supervising an expedition.
How dare you! It looks like we're right on time. Hey, what's happening here? I could hear you. Your Excellency, I'm so...
How did you manage to find us in the middle of this?
Brother Fidelis managed to reach Eden.
But he didn't leave alone. What happened to...
He must be dead like our other companions. This is yet more proof that you are not fit to lead.
Maybe you should calm down and explain to me what's happening here.
This expedition was undertaken with no concern for common sense. Our people are disappearing, and all...
Brother Virgil is terrified, which probably... We have made incredible discoveries, and we could find...
You are beyond redemption. I won't waste it. If you want to talk to me, Your Excellency, it will have to be without her.
How charming.
Your Excellency, I hope you will forgive us for that... scene. But ever since we arrived here, it has been unbearable.
Before anything else, I need to know what...
What would you like to know?
Brother Fidelis told me that several members of the expedition have disappeared.
Yes, that's why he left, along with 3 more of our colleagues are missing. I must admit that I made a mistake. I should have prepared...
And no one has searched for those who are missing.
I wanted us to search for them, but along with lack of preparation, our constant...
And by someone, I suppose you mean Brother
Indeed.
For what reason were you quarreling?
For him, our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. According to him, we should never have continued.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt. The handwriting... But what really angers Virgil is our founder explains that he learned a lot. He now persists in saying that these tablets are fake.
I'm thankful for these pieces of information. But you understand that I will also have to talk to Brother Virgil.
Of course, that's
Brother Virgil,
What do you want?
can you explain to me what caused such a quarrel?
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia's. The discoveries made in Eden were sufficient, but she organized this expedition in a hurry, and now she's accepting as facts the delirium...
What do you mean?
We found some new tablets, allegedly, but their content is so absurd. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us.
How would they have done that?
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler.
Brother Fidelis told me that some of your colleagues went missing.
They did not go missing. They were killed, and let's not forget the savages.
That's strange. There aren't many villages.
There aren't any. There are a few hermits, but they are not fighters. And they have better things to do than roam around.
We've been in this region before, and the only native we met was a little insane.
Those savages may very well... We will not be safe on this island.
I see. So
we can die as well.
I cannot take sides in your quarrel for now, even if you think they are dead.
Well, if you are prepared to take such a risk, but I would not get my hopes up. To get there, take the path south of here.
This man's skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
No. Look, it may be what someone wanted it to look like, but his wound was inflicted with a weapon. He was struck in the back of the head, from behind, with a mace made of metal, not stone.
This poor soul was almost entirely devoured. He must have been killed by swamp animals. Even so, this wound looks different from the others. It looks like a knife wound.
You're right. He was stabbed before being fed to the animals. But anyone could have used such a blade.
You have returned.
If I cannot enter, how... I will return later.
If you have a...
These fang marks are impressive. The poor man didn't have a chance. He must have been attacked by a large reptile. Most likely a Llewellyn. But what was he doing alone, so far from the camp? It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
The deaths of these people were a deception. Only the Renaigse are deceitful enough to do such a thing. They kill each other and accuse my people. This virgin, he wants to push aside this woman at all cost. He must be the culprit.
Indeed. I think that we should go find this brother and ask for an explanation.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Brother Virgil.
Your Excellency!
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed...
I knew it.
I'm afraid someone else is
The
responsible.
savages!
Watch your tongue, priest. Only the Renaigse.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this...
Fine. The Ordo Luminous sent me to ensure that the discoveries with the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that? But even then, foolish without realizing that
I understand that you might want to protect...
Come now. What would you... You cannot make me believe that you... But since you want to avoid using my colleagues and I know how to...
This Renaigse tried the priests would have wanted to punish.
Sorry, Brother Virgil, but I cannot accept. The research will continue and their discoveries will... The decision to reveal...
I see.
Alas, I have...
How horrible!
I doubt it. Brother Virgil...
What? But why would he?
As I do not have the authority to... If you want him to face judgment...
You are right. As once more, your help, alas. We will have to go back to Eden.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. The last tablets speak of a journey north, but even if Virgil is no longer a
We could go there for you if you wish.
that would be marvelous. I think I noticed a path going north when I... Perhaps you will be lucky enough to find more of his...
Don't worry. I will conduct this...
You'd have to be insane to want to live in such a place. Even a saint would want to stay dry.
Watch out, another. Found the Dara,
Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! A cavern! If I were an old hermit, this is probably where I'd have settled. Someone lived here. There's no doubt about it. But we'll have to turn the place upside down if you want to make sure that the old man came.
This is a cave of knowledge, or at least it looks like one. The old man must have been exceptional to be able to live in such a place.
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them. This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest, getting his face painted by a masked native. This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias, praying to Enon Milfrichtemen. This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest, getting his face painted by a masked native. It looks like a chaplet made of pewter. It's rather basic, but it was made a long time ago. And it undeniably comes from the continent. I seem to recall that Saint Matthias is almost always depicted using a similar rosary. Engraved tablets. They resemble the ones we recovered in Eden. We should take them with us. The researchers would be delighted to study them. There are some native symbols here and some letters I recognize, as if someone had tried to write in the native language using our alphabet. Men dwi stad en on mil fruktemen.
It means, welcome us amongst your people, Enon Milfrichtemen.
This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have prayed to him. I do not know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence. But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors.
I cannot believe it. These symbols, they are signs used in the secret writing of the Donegada. So that's what it was. The priest's oaths, and yet, it could bring peace.
Why is he not depicted wearing the marks of the Donegada?
It was a
I wonder what I should do with these relics. Eugenia probably... As for Virgil, he wasn't wrong. Such a revelation will certainly cause a schism in Thélème.
To think these old things could cause... It is a serious responsibility to decide what...
I already took sides in that. If I change my mind, I'm afraid that it might be... I'll think about it on the way there. can't do that.
So, did you find anything?
We discovered a cave that was inhabited a long time ago by mostly natives, who had obviously created a...
And have you found traces of our holy founder?
There were also frescoes.
Frescoes? Tell me more.
He was shown having his face painted.
You can't be serious.
That is what emerges from... Look, there are inscriptions. These
His chaplet. Excuse me. You must come with me. You realize our in so far. Anyone...
And you think that this time they'll listen?
We have solid proof.
I see. I will do my...
It seems we are arriving right on time.
Virgil. How did you know?
I'm afraid...
We were informed of your discoveries and of the danger they represent. We demand that you hand them over to us immediately, so that they can be destroyed.
How can you even suggest the destruction of relics written by the hand of...
Out of love for our dogma, for our faith, and for... But since you refuse to comply with our...
Death to the heretics! Things are about to get dicey!
I just fought my own... The fact that the Inquisition...
We would do well to hasten to San Mateus, even if these men were the last forces that...
You are right. All this proves there is a risk that the Mother Cardinal will...
I suppose I could use what I learned, and I could bring Petrus with me.
That would be most helpful. In any case, we must present our research. I will study the tablets one last time to make sure, and I will meet you at the palace in San Mateus to...
Understood. See you soon, sis...